The wealth gap for African-American women is real. By the time black women retire, they have a poverty rate 5 times higher than that of white men and are half as likely to qualify for Social Security benefits as white women. Tiffany, the Budgetnista Aliche, started the Live Richer Challenge to help women save more. Last year, 20,000 women participated internationally. Collectively, they saved over $4 million, paid off more than $500 grand in debt, and 1/3 of participants opened a new savings account. Tiffany, the author of the book, Live Richer Challenge, learn how to budget, save, and get out of debt, improve your credit, and invest in 22 days. She and I chatted yesterday about how she came up with the idea.
Well, it originated from my company, the Budgetnista. I started it really to help women get on track financially. And what I found was, so I would teach in person, and then I would post via social media, like finish teaching at the United Way or Prudential. And then women around the country started reaching out to me, asking me for more help. And so I thought, well, how can I take what I was doing in the classroom, how do I take that and share it virtually? And so the Live Richer Challenge was born.
What did you find to be the most consistent thing these women were not doing?
They were not saving. And as a result of not saving, what that really meant was they were not budgeting. They were not doing the basic money management things that you should have learned at home or at school. They were not doing those things.
So was it because they believe that, oh, I don't have any money to save, so therefore I can't do it, until you went through the process and said, no, actually you do have money to save?
Well, it was really because they didn't know how to budget. There was just a lack of basic knowledge. What I find is women are really eager to learn. They just didn't know where to start. They were afraid. They had never been taught anything else outside of what was taught at home, which was kind of like the scarcity mindset. And so I wanted to switch all of that around and show them that, 1, you likely do have enough, 2, budgeting is not hard, and 3, there is a community and a collective that will help you do so.
And you talked about these various financial challenges, and we talked about, of course, struggling to save, but also the whole idea of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes. So paycheck to paycheck is something that the typical American, unfortunately, is living with. And what I wanted to teach the women that too is just a basic financial issue. It starts with the budget. My father would say all roads lead to Rome. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, right? And so all financial roads really lead to your budget. It's just a basic principle of you have to list everything you spend money on, how much it costs you a month, and how much you're spending a month versus how much you're saving a month, or how much you're making a month. And that's a basic budget. And so once I taught the women that, they were up and running.
Poor credit score.
Yes, credit score is probably the #2 thing that women were asking for. But credit scores, the reason why people have poor credit scores is because they don't understand the components of a credit score. They think a credit score is just, well, I pay my bills on time, but there are other things that go into it. How long is your credit history? Do you have any inquiries, meaning how many credit cards have you opened in the last year or so? How much is your utilization rate? A utilization rate is just this. How much of your credit limit are you utilizing? Most people don't realize that anything over 30%, you are bringing down your score. So if you don't know the rules to the game, you're always going to lose the game, and that's what I found.
And it is a game.
Yes.
It is designed to screw you to pay higher interest rates.
No, definitely. And so, for example, a woman told me the other day, well, the credit card company told me that if I pay off my credit card in full every month, it's not good. That I should leave at least a little bit on. I'm like, of course they're going to tell you that because they want you to pay interest. So that's another game that credit card companies are playing, and they're not really being truthful. So really, to me, I feel like it's my job to teach the rules of the game so we can win too.
Okay, let's talk about top financial goals.
Yes.
That many of these women said they wanted to have.
So definitely a higher credit score. They wanted to save a little bit more. Women wanted to learn how to budget. They want to get out of debt, including especially student loan debt. A lot of women especially want to travel. So a lot of these things, to me, it's more than money. I say it's more than money, it's a movement. So all of these things, money is merely a tool for a better life. And so these things that women are struggling with is because they're seeing that money is affecting the quality of living that they now don't enjoy.
But one of the things I still think that jumps out for a lot of folks that we also have to deal with as African Americans is that when you begin to reach a certain level economically, you are in essence also helping other family members and other people.
Yes.
That also prevents us from being able to build and create wealth.
Yes, Prudential has a study called the African American Experience Study, and what they found was that the typical African American person living now lives in the sandwich generation. They're looking after their children, but they're also looking after their parents and grandparents. And so you're struggling because oftentimes we're the ones that made it, you know, the ones who are in our age range. And so they're struggling with, well, how do I take care of my kids and also take care of my grandparents.
And also help a brother or a sister or help a cousin out. I mean, you start looking up. I mean, that $100, $200, $300 begins to add up over a period of months and years.
So this is what I typically do, and this is what I realized why my father had taught me. So I have 4 sisters. So he and my mom have 5 girls. So what he did was he understood that if I want to keep you out of my pocket, then I have to teach you how to manage your own pocket. And so I think that if I can teach women, not just women, but men as well, how to manage their money, and I try to teach it in such a way that they can take that information and show other people. That's really why I created the challenge. We're up to 60,000 people now in 80 different countries.
Wow. Yeah. Now, how do folks reach out to you?
So if they want to reach out to me, they can find me as The Budgetnista all over social media and thebudgetnista.com.
You also have livericherchallenge.net.
Yes, that's if people want to sign up for the challenge. It's absolutely free. It's my give back to my community, and it's one of the ways that I want to change and shift the conversation that African Americans are having about personal finance.
And one of the things you say is take small steps, which, you know, for a lot, I mean, I don't care what it is. I mean, that's where you start.
Yes, always. Many drops of water does a mighty river make. So I'm Nigerian, and so we speak in parables and stories, and so every little bit counts. So definitely small steps are critical.
So again, livericherchallenge.net.
Yes, to sign up.
And what else?
And you can find me as The Budgetnista and at thebudgetnista.com.
Okay, all right. We surely appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.